Whether you're a Papa ki princess or you're a Sakht Londa, I'm not judging you. But you all need to know how to do grocery. In this video, I'm going to share my top tips for buying fresh vegetables at Itwar Bazar. I'm guessing you're watching this video because you're a beginner and you've never bought grocery. Or maybe you have bought grocery and maybe you're a pro at it. Whatever the case, I can guarantee that there's at least one tip in this video that you might find helpful. If you go early morning to do your grocery, you might get the best stuff, the best quality, but it will also be the most expensive stuff that they have. This works for you if you're the owner of a premium high-end restaurant, or maybe you've got guests coming over, or maybe you're making a fancy grazing platter. If that's the case, then you're definitely going to need the early morning wala mal. If you're like me and waking up in the morning is a struggle for you, then you might want to go later in the evening. This is also when sellers are super receptive to bargaining. If you're the kind of person जिसको haggling करानी होती है, discount लेना होता है हर चीज पे, this is the time to go. But this is the leftover stuff. So you won't be getting premium quality. You will definitely not be getting fresh, but you will be getting the cheapest. A lot of supermarkets sell coriander which is pre-cut, pre-washed. This coriander will dry up within 3 days. Always, always, always buy coriander with the roots attached. Bring it home, you clean it yourself, you trim off the roots yourself, you wash it, you dry it, and then you put it in an airtight container in the fridge. And this will last you 2 weeks or maybe even longer than 2 weeks, and this coriander will stay fresh. टमाटर एक बहुत volatile vegetable है. Its prices can be a certain amount one week and the next week it might randomly triple. टमाटर बहुत unpredictable है, मेरी तरह. Your primary need for tomatoes in a Pakistani household is going to be salan. Go for the softer ones at the bottom of the pile. No, I am not talking about the kharab or the tomatoes with the fungus on it. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the tomatoes which are at the bottom of every pile or at the bottom of every crate. They tend to get a bit soft. They're fresh, they're soft because a lot of weight was on top of them. Here's where you can bargain with the seller and get a good price for them. Just reduce these tomatoes to a paste on the stove and then freeze it. Once it's frozen, you can store it for up to 2, 3, 4, 5 months, however long you want to. Because for your salan, you can just take 1 tablespoon of that paste in and your job is done. Because 95% of a tomato is actually just water, if you get these many tomatoes, you can make this much paste and it will last you a good amount of time. Most sellers at Itwar Bazar or any sabzi mandi use a tarazu. This equipment right here. It's not the most accurate scale to determine the weight of the vegetables you're buying. There will be a greater margin of error if you weigh all of them together. The margin for error is reduced if you get your vegetables weighed 1 kg at a time. Get 1 kg weighed first, then get another kg weighed, then get another kg, then another, and then combine all of it and put it into your shopping bags. The margin for human error as well as scale error as well as fraud also goes down. In each batch of onions, there will be 1 or 2 or maybe 3 bad onions. If your large onion turns out rotten, then you're having to throw away a bigger sized onion, which means a larger amount of onion weight that you've lost. If a smaller onion turns out rotten, then you're just throwing away a smaller onion. Don't take any risks and get the smaller onions. बिल्कुल रिस्क नहीं लेने का. The larger the hand of ginger, the more tough fibrous pieces there will be inside, which can be a nightmare to blend, and they may also not cook down easily. So if you're cooking, you might find that that's the piece of ginger that's really hard to, what's the word? उसको भूनना सबसे आसाब होगा because वो भुना नहीं जाएगा आपसे. So always go for a smaller hand of ginger because it's going to blend easily and you're going to be able to make a super fine paste with it easily. Thick fat cucumber will most likely have cooked seeds on the inside, and these seeds are going to taste really unpleasant in your salad. So always go for a thinner cucumber. It's also not going to have cooked seeds on the inside. As for an eggplant, whether you're buying the round kind or whether you're buying the long kind, make sure it's on the slimmer side. So even if you're buying the round one, make sure it's small and compact. Because once it's ripe, the seeds are going to turn brown and the eggplant will not cook as easily. It's also going to taste super bitter and it's going to absorb a lot of oil when you're cooking. And then everybody's gonna complain, Pakistani khana bahut oily hota hai. If you found the tips in this video helpful, then you may want to watch this video where I share how I plan and save money doing grocery shopping for dry rations. Click the link here to watch.